Welcome to those to the replay. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Family Day. Today's Family Day. So happy Family Day, everybody. And for those who have your kids home today, and I think a few people were complaining already that their kids are home for like a week. Actually, I really enjoyed when my kids were off because it got me out of that routine. I am not one who liked sending my kids to school, so I really kind of liked it when we got to sleep in, do our own thing, not having to go to school. I know a lot of parents love sending their kids to school because then they're not around, but I was complete opposite. Even in the summertime, good morning. I really enjoyed having my kids around, and plus we were at the beach every day when I lived in the Okanagan Valley, and it was a time to go out and explore. We would drive, we would go out and do things. So, I quite enjoy having my kids around. And I still do. They're still here. So welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Mary June Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and a budding astrologer. What can I say? So we're going to talk a little bit today about A Course in Miracles. We're going to bring that in, and we're going to talk about the energies of this week. Oh my goodness, we're in for some. It's changing energies. It's not like how it was. Yeah, it is. It's nice having them around, isn't it? I don't know. I do. Tamara on Periscope was mentioning how she really enjoyed having her niece and nephew around, and it is. It is a very, I just find it very positive, and they just bring in some, depending on their ages, the energy that goes around. My grandson wasn't around this weekend, and we kind of, you really miss that little pitter-patter of the feet, so he's not going to make any appearances on today's show. He's with Daddy today, but Grandma's going to go pick him up very shortly, so, because she does miss her little grandson. But it is, the moon changed. The moon has changed. So the moon has changed. It's in Aries right now. So there's a lot of fire energy that's going on. But we got the sun in Pisces. So sometimes with that energy, Aries just can't, it's hard for them to get started. If you have that lot of fire energy and this water is coming in, kind of dampens you, brings up a lot of emotions. But this is really a week to learn to start to integrate taking time out, and start to integrate that energy of, I need to take a break. Maybe you need to take an afternoon nap. Maybe it is that you just need to just take 5 minutes and breathe, So this is a week of doing that. This is a week of really listening to yourself and listening to what your body has to say, and allowing yourself to integrate a lot of the changes, because the moon will then go into Gemini later on this week. And as it goes into Gemini, then we're getting into a lot of mutable air energy. So huge shift in energy change as we go in through later on through this week. We're entering into some movement of energies of bringing in what we call a grand trine. So this is opening up, and to me, when I see a grand trine, it looks to me like another portal, another way of getting things done, moving forward in a direction, and weighing out, it's kind of like weighing out, what is it that I want, what is it that I don't want, kind of thing. But I get more of a completion, though. It is a good thing. I think it's a really good thing this week, because it's not intense energies that are coming in. It's not, here, it's not Aquarius is, I got erotic, it's not all over kind of the place from one extreme to another extreme. This is really integrating a lot of the energies that have been happening to us, and we're only in February. We're only into the second month. So hence, March 17th, we have vision board. I'm doing a vision board webinar, and it's $25, and that's going to really help to integrate a lot of the energies, put things more on track if you're working on your vision board. And I believe a vision board should be something that is worked on all through the year, not just one day, not just on a weekend, but let's integrate it, continue it on. We have Journey Club that'll be starting in April, and we have the Intuition Club that is starting on the second Monday of March. So there's some, a lot of things that at the Guru Mama House that's going to be there to help you to work with this energy, help you to fine-tune your psychic abilities, because a lot of that energy, especially with the Pisces energy coming in, is going to start coming up for you. A lot more of your intuition is going to be popping up and awakening. And it could be for many people very kind of scary. It could be, not understanding, and because of belief systems that you're like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to, this is so scary. Too many things are happening at once, synchronicities, coincidences. And so you're going to be finding a lot of these types of energies are going to come in. And that's going to, make you more aware, and not to escape your body, but to be more in it, because then you're in your alignment, and you're going along your road. So we have some fabulous courses that are coming up and workshops that are coming up in March. That's going to help to integrate them and help to bring in more of a lifestyle changes for you that are more peaceful and harmonious for you, and that allow you to do things with more grace and ease. Okay, so it is a really cool week this week, and there's some fun things happening. Now, the cards that I pulled this morning, if you follow me on Instagram, it's the Guru Mama or Mary June Tracy. You can follow me on Instagram, and I do a morning tarot reading every morning. So what I found is that we do have the Ace of Pentacles coming in. And as the Ace of Pentacles come in, and no, I don't speak any other language except English. So if somebody's tuning in or looking at the replay, there's no other language. I have enough problems with English. So, and thank you, Dan from Scotland. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is a newness. It's a beginning. It's bringing in that, that newness of this land, of this world, okay? So when you get this card, know it's opportunities that are coming in, new opportunities that are going to be coming your way, and being open to these new opportunities. And they could be big doorways or little doorways, That's what this could be. Now, a lot of times people are like, oh, I want the big doorways, but it's sometimes, and I feel, especially for this week, it's these little doorways that are going to be opening up for us, these little steps that are going to be coming forward, or that we're going to be taking this week, that is going to allow us to be taking taking things in stride, allowing us taking things in stride. And as you're moving forward in the week too, and throughout your day, you're going to find the Five of Cups come in. And the Five of Cups is that sometimes you don't realize there's some great opportunities there around you as you step forward. Maybe it's because you're afraid to go through that door, because you're looking at all the past things that have happened to you before. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for any thumbs ups or hearts on Facebook. Please let me know if you're understanding what I'm saying, even with the replay. So that's awesome. This is like, there's an opportunity, right? An opportunity's coming in. And it's a fear that comes in because all of a sudden you're thinking of, oh my God, every time I try and do something new, everything falls apart. Or every time I try and do something, it just does not work for me. So you get fearful and you go into the fear mode. And you don't actually see, there's actually two beautiful cups there that are saying, hey, it's okay, you can do this. It might not be exactly the way that you want it. you know, and it's like, this is like one way of looking at it. You know, when it's reversed, when we have the Six of Pentacles reversed, doesn't mean it's not that there, but it means that maybe opportunities are going to be coming forth that you need to take. And as you take them, other people might be left behind. Or you might loan money to somebody and that money doesn't get returned. Okay? But this opportunity is basically saying that, you know, many times when we do things and these opportunities happen and we think of them as a negative thing, but instead of looking at more as a positive thing and saying, hey, you know, I gave somebody a leg up, or that's, you know, I'm going forward on my road and this person just can't fit into where I'm going at this time. And it's allowing yourself to be open to that, because in comes the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups energy overall is saying, you know what, it's all a good thing. Everything will work out. It's going to come to your highest good and your wishes will be fulfilled. But you got to take the first step. And even though it's fearful and you got your worst nightmares coming forward, or you think they're your worst nightmares coming forward, there's still generosity around you. There's still opportunity that's going to come forth for you. There's still some goodness that's going to come out of it. And it may not be the way that you would like it to be. And that's the whole thing, right? And with this Piscean energy is very the godlike energy. It's the God energy coming in. And it's like, not everything's going to turn out the way you would like it to be. And you don't have to know every single step of the way. And this is a week that there is a lot of clouds. There's a lot of fog on the road. And with that fog on the road, it is telling you that, you know what? You still have your headlights. You can still see the 5 feet ahead of you. It's still okay. Take those steps. Take that step. Still go forward. Don't worry that it's foggy because you can't see everything. And I think that's why the 5 of Cups came in. It's like you want to take the worst case scenario. Oh, it's foggy, and cop out. You don't want to take, you know, because, you know, you get through the fog, there's the sunshine on the other side. There's the goodness on the other side, but you don't want to take it because you're going to put every single excuse in front of you of why you can't do it. What is that fear? Is it a fear of not being accepted? Is it a fear that, oh my God, I'm going to screw up again? Is it a fear that, okay, if somebody does help me, I may not be able to fulfill my obligations, but I really need that help right now, and letting them know that this is about all I can do for you right now. And even on the flip side, it's being on that side of forgiveness and understanding. Not being the tyrant and saying, oh, this is what I've done for you, and holding it up over somebody else's head. Because there's some great opportunities that are going to come forth that are going to get you to go through that doorway, that are going to open it up for you. And even though that life might seem pretty crazy and it's not the exact door that you want open, but it is a door, and it could be just, and I get a small door opening. And it's funny because I've been working on people's weekly horoscope for the week, and just doing general horoscopes for the week. And I'll have those up later on this afternoon to early tomorrow morning, where a lot of energy, it's going with the flow. It's Pisces energy, man. It's water energy. Pisces is, and this is a lot of mutable energy coming in. So it's like interchanging. It is like, here we go. And Neptune is there, and Venus is conjuncting Neptune. And even when the moon squares it all in Gemini this week, it is just like, it's like one mutable, like air coming in and ever changing, and Pisces coming in and ever changing, and just like bringing in this, and how I visualize it, it's bringing in this beautiful flowing and just allowing you just to float down the channel. And take that time to just float down the channel. And a lot of times we don't do that because there is like, oh my God, worst case scenario, shit's going to hit the fan, right? And people take the worst case scenario. Oh, look at what's happening in my life. Oh, woe is this happening to my life. And they feel like everything is happening to them. And this is to clear the house out. This is to clear out a lot of that energy to say, you know what? Sometimes shit happens to you. But you don't have to, I feel like I'm repeating myself from last year. Sometimes shit happens to you, but you don't have to sit in the shit. You can look at some of the great things that are happening. You can look at some of the beautiful things that are going on for you and the movements that are going forward. And that's the most important part here, with the energies that are coming in. Today's February 19th, and it's lesson 50. And it says, I am sustained by the love of God. 2 times, morning and evening, for 10 minutes. And you spend time repeating the idea and really dwelling on it and thinking about it. And let related thoughts come to help you recognize its truth. Do all this with the goal of letting the idea sink more deeply into your mind. Bask in the idea. Feel the benefits it carries for you. Try to feel God's love covering you like a blanket of peace and safety. So when you think of that, I am sustained by God's love, and you just close your eyes and just think of this beautiful, warm, loving blanket coming around you. Sustaining you in all that you are doing throughout the day. And this blanket of love is like a beautiful, and it's like a mother's warmth, the mother's, a true mother's, love that's coming forth to you and saying, you know what? We can do this. We can get through this door. We can take this next step. I'm with you. And what sustains me and what do I turn to when I feel empty or depleted? God, the goddess, my angels, my internal source, or something else? I have to admit that often it is something else that I turn to for renewal. What would it be like to have a habit of turning to love of God? What would it be like to come to rely fully on something so utterly and absolutely dependable? The list of items in the first paragraph of the lesson contains something that fits nearly every one of us. Whatever my personal preference or for sustainer, the whole bunch of them is just an endless list of forms of nothingness that we endow with magical powers. When we turn to them, something in us knows that these things are not really solving anything. They're just placebos. And St. Augustine, who said that every one of us is born with a God-shaped blanket in our heart. We may try to fill it with all sorts of things, but nothing fits the blanket but the love of God. We cherish the other things because we are trying to preserve our image, independence, identity as an ego in the body. We are cherishing nothingness to preserve a nothing. Wholeness comes from a union with our source. And St. Augustine, if you do any theology, if you've done any history, St. Augustine was a real dick, okay? Just because he has the word saint in front of him. But before he was canonized as a saint, he was a tyrant. He went off. He was a playboy to the max. He was one who gambled, had women, cheated people, and he changed his life around. His mother is called Martha. His mother's name is Martha, and she's Saint Martha. She's a mother. She's a saint who helps mothers with their children. If you need help with your children, she's the one who prayed for her son every day to find his way. To find his way back to her, back to God, back onto the path of holiness. And he woke up in a pigsty, and that's when he had his revelation. And if you think about it, how many stories do you hear out there, right? And hear that, I woke up and I was drunk on the floor, or I woke up and all of a sudden there, I had to go to an AA meeting, or you wake up and you're like, yeah, this is who I am. And you just got to love me for who I am. And how many, and even us, even waking up in those little instances in our life, little tiny instances that we wake up and we say, you know what? I need help. I need to find direction. I need some guidance. And that is, it's finding that and realizing that you start going towards your divine. And when you start going through those doorways of your divine, you can look at the worst case scenarios, but you got to look at those 2 cups that are there. And know that the opportunities are going to be there. And sometimes they're not going to be the way that you like them. Not going to be exactly the way. It might not even be the person you want to help you. But the thing is that person that's helping you, or that person, that opportunity that's coming in, is a holy encounter. It is sent by your divine. It's sent by your angels, by your God, by your goddess. It is sent there to help you along your road so that you can embrace this beauty. And when you know that, doesn't matter that what's going on, when you rely on the hand of God, when you rely and say, you know what, I'm giving it over to you. When like Dr. Wayne Dyer would, he said 5 minutes before you go to bed, look at all the beautiful things in your life and say, I am beautiful. I am loving. I am God. And saying that is not being egotistical, but when you say it, you're coming from a place, yes, I am God, because I am connected, because I am God, you are God, you are God, you are God. And we are all connected with this godliness, with this Christ consciousness. And when this lesson comes up, I am sustained by the love of God, is that I am sustained because I'm going to put my trust in that instead of maybe some form of addiction that we might have. I'm going to put my love over here because that's where I need to put my love. And it's with my God. And when we do this, the love of God can transport you into a state of mind that nothing can threaten, nothing can disrupt, and where nothing can intrude upon the internal calm of the Son of God. I want a state of mind like that, calm, peaceful. I want the kind of inner stability, the serenity of consciousness. What else could bring it to me except knowing that I am connected to an unending supply of bottomless benevolence? The psalmist said it well in the first psalm. The godly, those who know they are sustained by God's love, shall be like a tree planted by the river of water, that bringeth forth this fruit in this season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he does shall prosper. And isn't that what we truly want? Is that peace? And when we go into that internal, and that's what you're going to find this week, it's going into the internal, not the external. It's not reaching out to everything on the outside. It's reaching out into the inside. It is your internal self that reflects what's going on. The more you get into the harmony and the peace and the love, it's everything else seems to fall into place, oddly enough. All those wants and needs seem to get fulfilled. And it's like, wow, this is just me being, this is me just accepting. And it goes on to the 23rd Psalm, which is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Put all your faith in the love of God within you, internal, changeless, and forever unfailing. This is the answer to whatever confronts you. So today, whatever is confronting you, whatever feelings of despair or hopelessness that you're feeling today, and maybe you're feeling a lack of, look at, I am sustained by the love of God. I am sustained by the love of God. go into that very internally. Take your time and really allow for that blanket to come around you and feel that loving embrace, that he's there, you know, and she's there. Your angels are there. Your divine, your God, your goddess are there. And it is knowing that the temple of the holy mind of God's Son is within you. And when you see this, when you start to do this more, you're going to find more of that peace. And when you're going to get to that blissfulness. You know, this cup, the 10 of Cups, is really one of the, in the tarot, it is one that is filled with so much hope, with so much prosperity and abundance, and it brings in, you know, what it is that you want. But in order to get there, is to put your trust and not to look on just the despair in your life, right? And knowing that not everything comes the way that you think it shall come. This week comes in with a lot of clouds, you know, but they're good clouds. They're not black stormy clouds. They're clouds that help us to, you know, maybe say, okay, I need to take a time out. I need to look and say, you know, I am sustained by the love of God. And that I am. You know, in Journey Club, we do the I ams. We really go through them. And I ask for the class to do them twice a day. Put it on your phone and have it beep and say, oh, I got to do my I ams. Because it gets a habit. It gets you into a habit of doing it every day. And when you get into a habit of doing the I ams every day, the I ams are your road. It's your pavement. How do you want your road paved? You know, if you've been paving your road with a lot of hopelessness and despair, well, that's what your road is. But you can change your road with the I ams and bringing in those, you know, I am enough. I am worthy. I am love. You know, and you can bring in that peacefulness in and around you. What a beautiful way to start a Monday, you know? Family day, beautiful day, beautiful day. If you are wanting a more in-depth reading, and my readings include a tarot reading, angel reading with your astrology, you know, you can book in a reading. If you're wanting just a monthly overall synopsis of what the roadmap is for you this month, and I videotape it, so we don't have to book in. It's just a $25 that you pay for that, so you can get a, you know, what is March going to be like for me? And just giving you a roadmap. And what the roadmap is just telling you what the energies are there and how you can handle them. So it's just like when you tune in with me today, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. This is what it's going to be like today. And I don't have to go down the crazy rabbit hole. I can, you know, stay in my centeredness and be in my centeredness. You know, so check it out. You know, lots of cool things are happening. And just an FYI for people, things on my Facebook Live and that are going to be changing a bit. So I'm playing with some new ideas. So you might see me pop on and off on Facebook Live and even on Instagram a little bit, because I'm playing with I'm playing with a new system that's helping me to give you better quality of a viewing, so that there's a better quality and a better replay for you all. So I'm playing a little bit with that. So if you see me popping in and out, and you're like, well, she was just on, she's gone. That's me playing around. Okay. So that just to give you that FYI. All right. So have a blessed day. Thank you so much for joining with me. Share this out. Spread the love to one and all. And thank you for joining. Call in Archangel Gabriel today. Oh, how could I forget? It's her day. You know, that of love and communication. So we're going to call her in and call in the Lord and the Lady. Sending you guys out a blast of energy today. A blast of pure love, of light, pure love and light, and pure source energy to all of you. Bringing in Archangel Gabriel to help to guide you in all that you do and all that you say and all that you be, to open up your throat chakra, to have your throat chakra opened so that you are not only able to speak, but you are able to hear what it is that you need to hear. We call forth the Lord and the Lady to watch over and bless you and guide you upon your path, to go into that inner deep sanctum within inside of yourself and embrace that beauty within you that all of us have. Go bless it. Go on this blessed day with love and light, love and light, love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. Blessings to you all and have a great one. Bye-bye.